It is 11:30 a.m. on a Tuesday, and I am on my way to Paper City Coffee right now to shoot some photos as well as some video. I've been working with Paper City Coffee as of very recently. They just started under new ownership, I think at the beginning of this year, and we just now have kind of got started working together and planning for new things that they're working on that they're going to be rolling out very soon. So I'm still adjusting to being back to working and like doing things as a photographer, as a videographer, finding my like new routines. As of last week, all three of my kids are now in school, at least Monday through Thursday. So with Forrest, he just turned 3. Molly and I were under the impression that his first year of preschool, it was only going to be half days, but no, our baby boy, a full school day. And yeah, Dad is adjusting. It feels weird. It's been a long time since I've had weekdays like this to just work, shoot photos for myself, breathe. Maybe you can relate to that. I have a feeling a lot of my audience are people who most of the time were just regular people, not necessarily photographers all the time. That's actually something I've wanted to talk about. This idea of like, you're either a YouTuber or you're a photographer. If you're a photographer and you make YouTube videos, well, now you're a YouTuber. You're not specifically a photographer anymore. And people throw that around a lot. Well, it's like, well, I'm not going to listen to what this person says. They're just a YouTuber. Fair. I feel like there's a little bit of a disconnect. And that's kind of why I'm vlogging, talking about this right now and just thinking out loud in this video. I feel like I relate more to all of you, my viewers, than I do with other people in my position, I guess, with YouTube and making YouTube videos about photography. Being a photographer on YouTube is just a weird thing. The crossover there, it's like once you become a YouTuber, that's now the identity. It's not that you're a photographer on YouTube. Does that make sense? And I understand, like, there is a point to that. If anybody can just sit down and share their opinion and declare what they think is right on YouTube, which that's never been my approach in terms of saying this is the way anything needs to be done. It's always just been about sharing how I do it. Maybe it's helpful, maybe it's useful for you to figure out how to do it your own way. People just seem to get really hung up on the title of things and like clearly defining who they are and what they do. And I've never been able to really explain that. Like when people ask me like, oh, what do you do? Like, I'm a photographer. Well, technically, I'm a YouTuber because that's how I make the majority of my income right now. So because that's what I attach my income to, is that what I'm supposed to attach my identity to? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. I think you guys get what I'm getting at, picking up what I'm putting down. I don't know. We're here at Paper City, though. I think my microphone just went. Found it. I think the reason this is all on my mind and why I wanted to talk about it is because for the majority of my life at this point, my life has pretty much revolved around photography, and I've been able to give an insane amount of time and energy and focus to photography. And it was that way when I started the channel, and as time has gone on, obviously my life looks so different, and I feel like I'm always trying to like manage everyone's expectations with new videos and just new work in general. And that's a weird feeling. Like, it's a necessary feeling because this is how I make a living. But I also don't want my photography to be driven or dictated by the form of delivery, which are YouTube videos, which is not the ideal way. That's why I like making books and zines and prints. That's where I want photography to live, not in videos. But just over the last week and a half or so that the kids have been in school, and I've been able to focus on not just work in the photography space, but also just photography of my own. Like today I walked around and shot a bunch with the i2 and M6 finally got to shoot a couple rolls of Kentmere 200 for the first time. It's made me realize how much of my identity I attributed to being a photographer, and like how much my output is and how frequently I'm shooting, how efficient I am. All of that has definitely affected me mentally over the last 9 or 10 months. While I've been taking care of my son and focusing on family, things that are way more important than photography, but I felt internally like I had just been spiraling, like I was losing myself. And that's just a weird feeling. It's a feeling I've never experienced before, so I'm sure other photographers, other parents, other artists of any kind, I'm sure that's a relatable thing. And it's been a challenge. I'm getting through it right now. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel in terms of just finding that new routine and getting back to myself. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think if you're in the same boat. I'm gonna go pick the boys up. So I developed this Kentmere Pan 200 today, and I just came into the barn a little bit ago after it was fully dried and I was ready to scan it so that I could include those photos in this video, and we're gonna have to come back to that and take a rain check. I've been adapting this old AFD Nikon lens. It's a 60mm f2.8 macro, and I've been adapting this to the Z8 for digitizing all of my film. Adapting it to the Z8 so far has been great. The issue is on the AFD lenses, because of the adapter that I'm using, I have to manually adjust the aperture ring, which isn't a big deal, but I noticed today when I was going to set the aperture that it wasn't actually changing. The actual aperture ring inside the lens isn't adjusting right now as it should be. When the lens isn't attached to the camera, it should be adjusting that in real time. I was trying to figure out what was going on with it, and then I saw something inside the lens. There's just a little loose spring just rolling around somewhere in the middle of the lens there between a couple pieces of glass. Maybe if you have more experience with this, you can let me know. I don't think that will make the pictures better if there's just a random spring rolling around in there. Regardless, because of this, I'm not going to be able to stop the lens down in order to scan. And if I'm going to be digitizing all these negatives or scanning all of them with a macro lens focusing insanely close, you don't want to shoot that wide open, because if there's just a slightly bit of variance in the film itself, you know, the plane that you're focusing on, if it's just off by a millimeter, that might show up in the scan. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out something. So I'm gonna go ahead and just archive this Kentmere film. So far, it looks good. I think maybe I might have underexposed a little bit on a few shots, but once I figure out the scanning, the lens issue, you know, and I get that resolved, I'll be sure to follow up. And by then, I'll probably have that third roll of Kentmere already exposed and developed, so we can come back and talk about it. But as of right now, I need to order some more film, because that one roll of Kentmere Pan 200 in my M6 is my current last roll of film. And honestly, by the way these are looking, I think I might just order some Kentmere Pan 400 as well. I'll buy some HP5 as well, but this has just made me curious. Just the way these are looking, I think I'd like to shoot some more Kentmere Pan 400, because I honestly don't remember the last time I shot that. It's been a while, so you can let me know what film you've been shooting the most this year in the comments down below, and I'll let you know about the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. For over a decade, I've been doing pretty much everything through my website, mattdayphoto.com, and I built that website myself with Squarespace. Genuinely, one of the best investments you can make for yourself as a photographer is giving your work a place to live and not just throwing everything on your Instagram feed or in the middle of some algorithm. There are tons of different templates for you to choose from when you get started, so it's not overwhelming. With drag and drop customization, you can fine-tune the website to fit your style and to just fit whatever your needs are for your website. When I first built mine, I was using it for my wedding portfolio, so that way people could see my work and reach out when they wanted to book their wedding day. Nowadays, I use that same website for selling my books and zines, prints, anything on my online store that I want to sell. I use that same website now because it's that flexible. For self-publishing and just giving your work a place to live, it's been an incredibly valuable tool for me as a photographer, and I encourage you to try it out for yourself. You can do so for free at squarespace.com, but when you're ready to launch your site, go to squarespace.com/MattDay and use the code MattDay at checkout. That'll save you 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. So thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video and supporting this channel. Appreciate y'all hanging with me for this one. More videos like this, because this has been a much easier process for me, I think, as I kind of find these new routines and just kind of sharing in real time. I think I'm going to be continuing this kind of format with the vlogs, so I feel like this is a good way to actually have conversations. So I'm excited to hear what you all think and what you have to say about this in the comments down below. But that's it for today. So thank you all for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.